Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the June 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this month's reading in regards to your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac placements, and see which title resonates for you most. So just to let you know, I'll be pulling a Celtic cross style spread using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and then I'll be getting further clarification using the Rider-Waite deck. So let's see what's in store for you this month, Sagittarius. I can tell you now that it's going to be very, very interesting for you guys in particular, especially when we factor in the upcoming lunar eclipse as well. So yeah, I feel like you guys will be going through a very, very strong transformation this month. Everyone's going through all sorts of endings and beginnings in various different ways. We're all being worked on quite heavily, especially when it comes to our spirituality and our awareness of self. So for you guys, I don't doubt it's going to be on another level. So we'll see what comes out in your reading. So I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed. Everyone who has, shared my videos as well, that has reached out to me on my social media channels. It means the world to me. So thank you so much for being a part of this growing community and for sharing your feedback and your support. It means the absolute world to me. Okay, so thank you for being present. And for those of you who tuned in to Instagram last week, I believe it was last Friday, for or possibly last Thursday, I can't remember. But for those of you who tuned into the live stream I hosted with tarot reader and podcaster Natalie of Nature's Galaxy, thanks for tuning into that. It was a lot of fun. We had a really, really cool discussion about tarot and spirituality. I will be able to speak one day, I promise, about tarot and spirituality. You can check the video in the replay by going to IGTV through my Instagram. It's also there. Or you can actually drop by my channel here and you'll see the video uploaded here as well. I formatted it so you guys can check it out on YouTube also. But it was a great discussion, lots of insight, especially around some of these shifts that are currently taking place for the collective. So I do recommend it. But otherwise, I think we're almost ready to go into your reading. Awesome. All right, Sagittarius, let's do this. So for the month of June, in regards to the present circumstances, you have the Six of Wands in reverse, okay? Fire energy, your energy, as well as Leo and Aries. So what's being shown here is that, you may have been already going through some aspects of your transformation. I don't doubt that at all. You've probably been having a bit of a dark night of the soul kind of energy recently, where you've had to confront various aspects of yourself through the dark mirror in order to address the wounds of your past, to assess certain behaviors, thought patterns, negative feelings, all of these aspects that don't serve you, and particularly not of the energy of where it is that you're moving towards, Sagittarius. So you're having to confront these things from a complete 360 perspective. So it's been a lot of introspection. But soon you'll be ready to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll be ready to move out of this space and towards this new level of spiritual awakening, this ascension process that you're going through at this time. This aspect is a necessary part of that process. So you kind of have to write it out a little bit and understand that you are close, right, to getting out of that part of the cycle and being able to move into the light and then move through the next chapter of your journey. The work never truly ends, but this aspect, this part of it is almost over for you. In regards to your challenge at this time, you have the Daughter of Swords. Okay, so this is Page of Swords, Aries. I was going to say air energy. Okay, so this is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. So what this is communicating here is that you're having to reassert your position on certain things, right? Certain aspects of your life. You may have been confronted with a new set of challenges, and you're having to define, okay, your boundaries. You're having to define your new moral, your new sense of morality, your new set of principles, because the person you were no longer exists. So you're looking at things from a new lens, and you're having to, like I say, define this new sense of self, this new set of principles you have. It doesn't mean that you don't have similar principles, you don't see things in a similar way from your past. I don't doubt that at all. But there is some new awareness, there's new information that's come into your awareness, right? You have certain clarity that you may not have, a certain level of clarity that you may not have had before. You may have a more mature way of looking at things now, a more wise way of looking at things. So you're redefining your boundaries, you're redefining your moral compass, you're redefining your principles, your beliefs, right? How you view things is changing. So very interesting as an energy. So you're having to go with that, right? And really allow yourself to explore, you know, what are these defining variables for me moving forward? How do I look at things now? You know, where do I draw the line now? Because it doesn't matter about the past, it's now about where I'm at currently. So interesting. In regards to your recent past, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Excuse me. Yeah. You're no longer living by the standards of others. You're no longer looking at things to do with your reality from the same lens that has been projected upon you by society, by those you've grown up around, right? Friends, family, you know, the education systems, whatever, right? You chose to release that. You chose to release any form of social pressure, conditioning, anything that makes you feel like there is a set path and this is the only way to view things, this is the only way to move forward, right? You're exploring your own possibilities, you're exploring your own sense of being, your own form of reality, and as such you're finding your own pathway. That's it. That's what I'm getting from this. You're exploring your own path, and it's not a well-traversed path, right? There's something about it that's different, that's new in some way. And you're aware of that, and that's why you want to explore it so much, because you know there's insight to be found there. There's some wisdom, some knowledge to be gained there. So you're willing to take the less traveled route if it means that you can help in this ascension process within yourself and also in the collective. So that's very interesting. Sagittarius, you've got some interesting work coming up ahead of you, I feel. So in regards to your near future, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Again, certain cycles are coming to a close. You're having to reassess things from a very objective point of view, from a new lens, okay? And see where you have maybe fed certain negative aspects in your life with your previous thoughts, your previous energies, the way you felt about things. You know, you may have been slightly more pessimistic or even nihilistic in some aspects, right, in the past. But now you're looking and feeling very different about, you know, when it comes to various aspects in life and yourself, right? You feel very differently about things. You see things very differently. So those things from the past are now coming to the forefront, so you can release them because they're no longer a part of your current reality, right? But you're having to address these things so you can see where, you know, certain aspects of that still needs addressing, right? There might be some lingering outdated notions that need tackling, or there might be some biases, right, that need to be addressed, or limiting self-beliefs and things like that. In regards to your feelings, you have the Six of Cups, so water energy, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. This is all about revisiting the past. This is all about looking at things with a nostalgia, okay, with a nostalgic sense of longing or acceptance, one or the other, right? And I feel like in this case, you know, you understand what went into the things that took place in the past to get you to where you are now. So this is very deep, spiritually charged, introspective work. You know, you're counting your blessings. I feel you're expressing your gratitude for certain aspects of your past that helped to nurture who you became, right? So you're expressing your gratitude for that process, for coming to this point, for coming to this awareness that you have. I feel like you're feeling emotionally quite balanced, actually. And you're feeling emotionally blessed because, like I say, you have this newfound understanding. You're aware that this helped you to grow into the person you've become, and that it's going to serve you in the long run as well. So that's a very, very inspiring sense of, you know, an inspiring way to carry yourself, should I say. That's what I'm trying to get at. So in regards to your energies and what's crowning you at this time, so what's within your power to affect, you have the Chariot in reverse, so Cancer energy. You could have Cancer in your chart, or you could have be dealing with the Cancer, or are currently dealing with the Cancer in some shape or form. Either way, I feel like with this being in the energy of your crowning position, it's like, you know that you're being spiritually guided, but you're also aware that this process is not something that can be rushed, that everything has its divine timing and its divine place, and that you are allowing this process to happen organically, right? You're just going with it. You're not working against it. You're not you're not propelling it either. So you're not working against it and you're not propelling it. You're just going with the flow, allowing it to be. You're going at the organic pace that is set by the process, you know. So you're taking all the time that is needed to do what is needed, is what I'm getting. In regards to your advice here, you have the Father of Swords, okay? So this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Again, you could be dealing with an air sign, but regardless, I feel like with this being here, it's a case of you're having to confront maybe more than one person, actually. I feel like anyone who represents this energy in your life, you're having to address where you felt overpowered or undermined by an authoritative figure, okay? So this could have been a father figure, this could be a husband, a wife, you know, like a spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend. This could even be an older sibling, this could be an uncle, an aunt, a cousin. It could be about just about anyone, but anyone that you felt had authority over you, either because of the age difference, the connection, or the type of relationship that you had. And it's overcoming those feelings of powerlessness in the face of this energy, right? In the face of someone who is very strong-willed, very no nonsense, no bullshit kind of energy, that has very, very set in stone ways that are not open necessarily to you know, being flexible on their boundaries in any way, right? They're very headstrong, they're very self-aware, and I would say pretty traditional in some ways as well, possibly, right? But not necessarily. But I feel like whoever this represents for you, or these types of connections that you have in your life or had in your life, you're having to assess why this dynamic plays out continuously throughout your life through different connections, and what it is that you need to heal within that, within yourself, right? So yeah, interesting. We'll look at that. In regards to your external influences, so this talks about specifically people, places, circumstances, environments, okay? So these are the types of things, everything that's outside of yourself, right? You have the Seven of Swords here, more air energy. So it could very well be tied to someone of this energy, right, that's in your life. But I feel like there's something that's very... there's something you're having to dig deep about, because it's not obvious, it's not on the surface. And I feel like it is in relation to a very specific person who really truly embodies this energy for you. I feel like there's more than one person, obviously, that you've come across that's like that, but I feel like there's someone significant in your life right now that truly embodies that energy, that is reflecting, you know, previous cycles where you've encountered this energy in other connections. But I feel like whoever this person is, you're having to dig deep in order to uncover a certain truth about this person, about your connection with this person, how this is playing out, why this is playing out, you know, just there's some aspect of this that is hidden from you currently, that you can't make sense of, that it's not clear, you don't understand. Why does this keep happening? Why is this person acting like this? Why is that being said? But it's because there's something this person is sitting on. As you can see, he's sitting on a sword here. So this person is sitting on something that you're not aware of, something that they've been keeping concealed from you for a significant amount of time, because of either out of fear or because it undermines what it is they're projecting. So we'll look at that when we clarify. In regards to your fears at this time, you have the Strength card, okay? So Leo energy could be significant to you, or you could have Leo in your charts prominently. Either way, I feel like with the Strength card here, it's that, I think it's not that you're afraid of your own strength. I think it's more of a case of that trying to word this properly, because I want to make sure I convey this properly as well. But I feel like it's a case of, I think when you feel like you're really tapping into that ascendant energy, I think a part of you is afraid that the more you tap into that, the more you may give way to pride, right? That you might become a somewhat of an overpowering figure yourself in some capacity. That's what I'm getting from that you might be afraid that you will then become someone who can be quite prideful, that's over asserting their dominance, or over asserting their power within a situation, because you're aware that you have felt powerless and under the thumb of someone else in some capacity. You're afraid that you might step into that energy somehow, but not in this type of energy, not coming from a very hard and clinical energy, but more just of a boastful, prideful, maybe even slightly narcissistic energy. And I'm not saying that that's your energy at all, but there is a fear of that because of how people have made you feel in the past, that you might swing from one extreme to the other. But I don't get that, not with everything that's going on, this huge alchemization process that's been taking place, and you really shifting in your awareness and your your own frequency. I don't see you doing that. I see you getting way more balanced and grounded as a result, and just seeing things for what they are, and not holding any grudges or ill feelings towards these people or these connections. In regards to your hopes, you have the Nine of Pentacles, so earth energy. I feel like, yeah, you're wanting to, I think you're aware that you are manifesting some powerful changes, that you are manifesting a lot of abundance in your life. But I think you're hoping that you've racked up a lot of good karma points is what I'm feeling. Like you're feeling like you, because of the work you've been putting in and you've been consistently putting in, you're hoping that you've racked up some good karma points so that you don't find yourself drawing in more people with this energy, but you're actually drawing people who are of like mind, of like heart, heart as well, that have the same kindness of principles, the same sense of morality, the same desire for openness and honesty and compassion and things of that nature. But you've got to understand that, because this is your nature, I feel like this is very much your energy at this time. So you're going to be transforming and you're going to be tapping into this more. So of course, you're going to pick up on that more and you're going to start attracting more of that energy into your life. Right? Especially if you focus your attention on your blessings and your fulfillment and sharing that freely with others, right? Then you're going to attract more of that into your life for sure. And then in regards to your potential outcome, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse here. So this is more water energy. And I feel like with this being here, it's like, again, I feel like you're seeing the blessings in the difficulties, right? You're seeing the blessings in the things that felt difficult for you, that was painful, that was even possibly traumatic. You're seeing it from a whole new perspective. You're seeing how that helped shape you into the magnificent being that you are, right? Full of this awareness, full of wisdom, full of compassion and empathy, right? It's allowing you to tap into the best aspects of yourself, right? Because you have been through some hardships, you're able to understand what life can be like for others, who are navigating some difficult situations. So it's helping you tap into your empathy, your intuition, right? Into your compassion and your ability to heal and to connect with others, right? So that's a very beautiful thing. So rather than seeing, the difficulties as a curse, you're seeing them as a blessing in disguise. So awesome. I really like that as an overall energy, but I feel like, yeah, you're just really stepping into your element, Sagittarius. For whoever this is for, the energy that's come over me when I was doing this reading is very much like transmutation and calm and, like I said, the alchemization process of things being erratic and difficult and painful to things being calm and flowing and gentle. So yeah, I really like that for you. That's amazing. Okay, so now let's take a look in regards to your clarifications here. Gosh, you're making me too calm. I think I need a coffee after this. Because I'm really tapping into your energy for whoever this is for. And it's so beautiful. It's so calming and relaxing. Like if you've seen the Temperance card, right? That's your card. And that's exactly the energy that's coming through. Like you're so stepping into that energy with the angel and the 2 cups and the alchemization. Like, my gosh, that is literally like you are that archetype, and that's what's happening right now. And yeah, it's so calm, it's so lovely, like just pleasant and calming and no extremes, just peaceful, centered, love, man. And just it's awesome. But you're making me a bit sleepy, Sag, I have to tell you. So I'm gonna need some caffeine to wake myself up because I have other readings to do. I have more general readings and I have paid readings to do, so personal readings. So yeah, need to wake up. Okay, So, okay, interesting. So in regards to your present circumstances then, the Six of Wands in reverse, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Moon in reverse. So Pisces energy here. I also associate the Moon with Cancer very much. Anyway, either way, I feel like in this case, with you going through this transformation process, you doing the soul searching, going through the dark night of the soul in order to come out the other side renewed, reborn, refreshed, back into your true sense of being, all the deconditioning, all of the alchemization, the shadow work. I feel like you're confronting, you're shining a light and you're confronting the things that made you feel less than, the situations and the connections that made you feel like you were being left out in the cold, where you were being neglected in some way, ignored, disregarded, feeling like you didn't matter, that you wasn't worth anything, that you wasn't worth investing the time and care into. Those kinds of feelings, right, which can go all the way back to early childhood. But I feel like you're starting to become aware of these things, where these issues stem from, right? And how that's played out in your connections ever since. And the kind of dynamic you have with people who embody that energy, that are very cold and not available, right? So you're seeing how that's played out, and you're now able to heal from that properly, right? Because you understand it now. It's clear. There's no more illusion or uncertainty over what this pain is, or what this feeling of loss or lack, or this feeling of something being missing is. You know what that is now, so you can do something about it. In regards to your challenge, the Page of Swords here, you have the Two of Cups and you have the Six of Pentacles. So you have two sixes as well. So 666 or 66 could be relevant to you at this time. This talks about very much of the alchemization process, working deep within and in the astral in order to affect the physical reality. So that's very much what you're doing at this time. You're working through the subconscious, but you're also working spiritually in the astral to change, your connections within the physical realm. And I feel like, with this being here, with this being present, I feel like it's saying that now you're able to see more clearly, you're able to express new boundaries, new ways of determining what needs to take place in order there to be this equal give and take, but for balance to be restored, not only in your romantic connections, not only in regards to friends and family members, but also within yourself, to reform this sense of equilibrium between the divine feminine and masculine aspects, right? You are choosing to restore balance through this grounded knowledge and wisdom that you've accrued from navigating these circumstances, from doing the shadow work. You're able to understand what you need to do in order to create balance between these two archetypal aspects of yourself, right? And how that will then also filter into your reality and play out in your connections with others as well. So very powerful already. That's a very, very powerful transmutation taking place, right? Going from, a place of lack and loss and trauma into wisdom, clarity, and ascension. It's that kind of energy. It's very powerful, very potent. In regards to your recent past here, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and you have the Eight of Swords. So this is what I'm saying. You felt very trapped, very stuck, that you was expected to conduct yourself and your life in a manner that has been predetermined for you by society, by your family, by your friends, like peer groups, the education systems, professional circles when it comes to your work. And you're done with that because you know that there's a better path for you, one that is determined by your wants, your passions, right? What it is that you're trying to accomplish. And you know that it's not a well-traversed path. And that makes it all the more appealing to you, because you taking, steps in a way that's very conventional caused you a lot of mental anguish. It made you very unhappy. And you know that it's going to be difficult. But I think there was some fear as well around, how can I do this? I know that this other path is the one for me, but I don't know how to approach it. I don't know how to make it my reality. How do I go about this? I feel stuck. I feel like even if I express what I want to do, people are not going to support me. They're going to actively work against me because they don't care about my happiness. They just want me to follow the same path that they've taken. So I feel trapped. I feel like, I can't do this alone, not without any kind of guidance or support, right? And I feel like if I take this path, I won't have that. That's what I'm getting from this. In regards to your near future, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, you have the 10 of Swords and you have the Knight of Cups. So, yeah. I feel like you're aware of what's being wrapped up, what's being addressed, where you may have caused some of your own pain by reliving and reenacting certain events from your past. Certain traumas are being relived through new connections. Because it's what you knew, it's what you grew up around, it's what you navigated through, right? It's familiar, but you're understanding how that caused a lot of pain and a lot of difficulty for you. So you're choosing to release and free yourself from that, finally, with the 2 10s there as well. That's powerful. That's talking about the release. It's having to release yourself subconsciously and in your mind space, so that you can free yourself in your reality as well. It all starts within. Once you can free yourself from your own demons, from your own shackles from within, then you can see the changes manifest into your reality also. And that's what you're going to be doing very, very soon. And then once that happens, something new comes in. A new offer, a token of appreciation, affection, compassion, love, essentially. And it might come from a place that is not expected, from a person that you don't expect it from. And it might come across as a bit pompous and a bit ridiculous, or it might even come off as a bit like insincere, but I'm not feeling that it is. So let's have a quick look at that. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Page of Swords in reverse. So you've had this come up twice, but this time it's in reverse. So I feel like this person, whoever this is that's coming in to offer their cup, right, in order to show, like, here, like, I've been wanting to express this to you. This is how I feel about you. I feel like they're finally letting their guard down. They feel like they are capable of expressing that now, because they're not allowing their fear to be the overruling factor here. So that's interesting. Okay, in regards to your feelings, the 6 of Cups, you have the Empress here, so Taurus energy, that could be relevant to you. And you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So we have a lot of pages on the table, which is interesting. A lot of new beginnings, a lot of new ways of approaching things, or upgrading from, this new way of doing things. I feel like that's more in line with where you're at, Sagittarius. I feel like you are upgrading, you are leveling up in a lot of ways. But either way, I feel like what is being expressed here is that by not holding on to the past and by understanding its place, its significance, and how it's helped you reach the point that you're at now, you're able to blossom into this energy. You're able to understand your true value, your worth, your abundance, that you can nurture whatever you put your mind and energy and focus into, right? You're aware of your ability to nurture connections around you, to nurture the things you hold dear to you, right? You understand that you are the Empress now, and you're really tapping into that energy more than you ever have, I feel, which is awesome. I love that. That's great. Okay. In regards to your what's crowning you at this time, what's within your power to affect, the Chariot in reverse here, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's interesting, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse in your energy field, and you are dealing with people with the energy of the King of Swords in the upright. So you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and you also have the Three of Swords in reverse. So that's interesting. That's very telling. You're not pushing back. There's no resistance here. You're allowing yourself to go with the process. You're understanding that you can't force healing. It's something that takes place organically. There's work you can do to help in this process. Absolutely. You have to do the work, but you're not forcing it. You're not rushing it. You're allowing it to happen at the pace that is needed, right? But I feel like you might still be having a bit of a hard time reasserting your position when it comes to your boundaries. That's what I'm getting here. I feel like you might be finding that a bit difficult, and that if this person or these people of this energy approaches you, you might have a hard time expressing your new boundaries, what it is that you need from them, where the line is, right? So that's something to be aware of, because you can do something about this. It's not going to be easy, especially when you're confronted by someone you haven't seen for some time that is very much attached to the pain or the trauma you've experienced. It's very difficult, but you have to remember that you have the ability, you have the strength to do this, right? So just be aware that, you have the power to assert your position. Even if you feel shaky while you're doing it, still do it, still stand, still speak up for yourself, still lay a firm foundation, and sit and specify your boundaries very, very clearly from the start, okay? And that will serve you in this process. So then, clarifying the King of Swords here in regards to your advice, you have the Star, Aquarius energy. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. And you also have the Nine of Pentacles again. So yeah, I feel like someone from the past is trying to come back and express their feelings towards you, because they understand now that you are their wish fulfillment. They are exactly what it is that they've been looking for. They see you as the Nine of Pentacles, someone who's very abundant. They see you at this energy, I feel. You are aware that you are the Empress. They are just starting to wake up to the realization that you are, right? Soon they will see you as the Empress. Right now they're seeing you in the Nine of Pentacles. Someone who's got it together. Someone who is very abundant, that, can grow whatever they touch, right? Wherever they place their hand on, it can bloom into something beautiful, a blossoming, bright, beautiful flower, right? That you have that ability around you, that you can create beauty around you, that you can create positivity, that you can, help nurture, right? That they see you as someone that they could potentially settle down with, because you have that motherly, nurturing aspect of yourself. Even if you're a masculine, right? It doesn't matter. Like, this is the energy you have, someone who can nurture, who can provide, who has a lot to give. And they're feeling that now. They see that, right? So what you need to be aware of is that it doesn't matter how this person sees you, even though they're seeing it, right? What matters is how you see you. And are you aware that you have so much to give? That's the advice here. You need to come to your own awareness that you are your own wish fulfillment. Anything that you need can come from within. Everything else is a bonus, essentially. It's not that we don't need people. We are not islands, okay? We want to nurture positive connections, relationships, right? But it all starts from within, and that's what you're coming to realize, okay? So in regards to your external influences, the Seven of Swords here, which I feel like is very much tied to whoever this particular person is that's coming back. You have the Devil here, so Capricorn, there could be a Capricorn. And you also have the Eight of Pentacles. So this person has a shit ton of work to do on themselves, to be honest. Their shadow is pretty much what drives them forward. It's their shadow that takes the reins, not their higher aspect, okay? So they're very much tied in what they're not showing you, what they're sitting on, right? What they don't want you to see is that they are driven solely by their hedonistic aspects, okay? That they're driven by their attachments, their addictions, their obsessions. That's what they don't want you to see. And that's what they've been probably trying to hide from you. And that's why they might have gaslighted you in certain situations where you've got a glimpse of that and you question them about it, or you've had an argument around it, and they try to turn it around and make it your problem, that it's something to do with you, that you're broken, that you're not right. But it's because they are literally tied to something very toxic within themselves, right? Some obsession, addiction, narcissistic personality traits, right? Because they've not put the work in the areas that is needed, right? This is in the eight of Pentacles in the upright talks of self-mastery. That's not what they're doing, okay? So that's why they may have gaslighted you, because they know that, you know, the fault lies within themselves, and they would have to confront it and do something about it, put the work in, and they weren't prepared to do that. They weren't prepared to put the work in themselves, so why the hell would they be prepared to put the work in the connection, right? So you're dealing with someone who, yeah, has a shit ton to do and needs to confront their shadow sooner rather than later. So when if this is the person that ends up coming back around with that Knight of Cups, be very, very cautious, right? Because they can see you glowing in this energy as you raise in vibration, and they want a bit of that. So just be aware, okay? Because that's how they get their fix, you know, by feeding off the energy of others rather than putting the work into themselves. So just be aware of that, Sag, okay? Because the last thing the last thing I'd want to see or hear is that this person has managed to bring you down several notches again, okay? So just be aware of that. Set your boundaries, okay? In regards to your fears, the Strength card here, you have the Tower in reverse and you have the Three of Pentacles in the upright this time. So yeah, I feel like you're afraid that you're going to embody the very people that you're trying to leave behind. So you're afraid that as you rise up and as you become very self-aware, self-assured, confident, set in specific ways, still adaptable and willing to grow, but being very headstrong and self-aware, you're afraid that you're going to end up taking the same paths that these people did, that you're going to start aligning with the ideas of these people that you've been trying to avoid having any affiliation with. And that while certain foundations were destroyed and you're trying to rebuild, you're going to rebuild the wrong foundations in the wrong way, that you're just going to do exactly more of the same of the past, or do more of the same of what these people have been doing with you, right? That's your fear. Your fear is, I don't want to become the very thing that I've been trying to overcome, right? That's what I'm getting here. I don't want to become the thing I've been trying to overcome. But I don't feel like you will, Sagittarius. I think you're far too aware and you're too switched on to fall into that trap. Even if you feel like you're starting to do that a little bit, I think you have the awareness to pull yourself back and to reassess before you just go 110% in that direction and go between extremes and wonder how you got there, right? I don't see you doing that. Excuse me. In regards to your hopes, the Knight of Pentacles here, which you are. You have the Lovers, so Gemini energy. You could be dealing with the Gemini or will be in the near future or have it in your chart. And you have the Three of Cups here. So yeah, you want to have some good times. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to get into this energy of feeling like you've got you, okay? Like, I'm good, I'm balanced, I've put the work in, it's paying off. I'm seeing that in the new connections I've formed, where I can really enjoy just being, okay? Being present and being a part of this moment with, you know, good people, good vibes, right? Getting back into alignment again and feeling like, you know, the universe has my back, you know, that I am flourishing, that I'm here in all my glory, right? And that I'm only truly connecting with that serves me, that is aligned to my energy, that doesn't just try to bring me down, but that contributes to it, right? Where there's this free flow of, you know, expression of compassion, joy, happiness. You know, we're all of the same energy and we're all putting in the same amount of energy and love into the situation, right? So this can be in regards to your friends, your family, right? Future love interests, everyone putting in the same amount of work. I'm not saying there's going to be times where everyone's exactly on the same level, no. But you feel like everyone's making the effort to come together, to have these moments of joy and celebration, to, you know, strengthen connections, to support one another. You know, you want to feel that, you know, feel like you have your soul family, essentially. And then finally, in regards to your potential outcome here, the Page of Cups in reverse, you have the Four of Pentacles and you have the Two of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you're possibly come to understand where you gave up your power and how that sometimes withholding your affection, withholding your energy and not pouring everything into a connection can be the best policy, because not all connections are deserving of that, first of all, okay? And not everyone is ready to receive that either. So you're being able to see things more clearly in that way, that everyone's coming to certain realizations, going through certain processes at different rates, okay? So you're having to use your discernment. But I feel like you going through these challenges where you felt like, you know, attention, affection, you know, any kind of emotional or physical investment into a connection with you was being withheld. And that made you feel very much alone and out of balance and powerless and feeling like, you know, you couldn't move forward, that, you know, you were reliant on this connection. I feel like those feelings are slowly being overturned. That is still going to get brought to the surface to be addressed, because there's still some aspects of that there, but you're alchemizing it, okay? You're getting through it, especially with this coming up here. It's like your shadow is revealing that and how far you've come with addressing these energies, okay? There's still work to go, of course, especially with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse there. There's still some work to be done in regards to that, but you're healing, you're doing the work. So just, as I say, allow the process to happen. Keep doing your bit, keep moving forward. And it's great that you're not trying to force it, that you're just going with it organically. So, Sagittarius, that was an awesome reading for you. I love that. There are obviously some things to be mindful of, but generally you're doing so well. Keep going, keep moving forward. You're doing yourself proud. You're doing me proud. It doesn't matter what I think, but still, like, you know, it's great to see. So give yourself a pat on the back. You deserve it. And no doubt you're going to be an inspiration to others on this journey. Okay, so keep moving forward. Sending you lots of love and encouragement through this process. And yeah, well, when we look at your shadow work reading very soon, we'll see if any of these things come up then. But for now, take care. Sending you lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon.